I am so mad. Okay, so I'm gonna say this now. I owe a lot of people an apology, specifically like people who were scared and anxious. I owe y'all a huge apology, and I also want to thank many people who have helped me progress throughout this YouTube era that I've been going through. And I know I haven't posted in a while, but this is my post, and right now it's gonna be terrible because one, I haven't played Cowboy in so long, and the other one is literally me trying to get back the reins of playing IDV once more, because I did not play for a good while and I've just lost my stuff. I've lost my touch. I ended up getting put back to Elk. That hurt my soul and my feelings. So like as of right now, I'm just like focusing on that, and I'm gonna make sure to like try to work on that. I may just have to like rewatch some Cowboy vids, get back into him. I don't know when that'll happen. Once it does, I'll probably just focus on like figuring out how to kite with him and just avoiding, because people have gotten smart with Cowboy. They've learned how to deflect him. He got nerfed, and then like they kind of buffed him to where like anytime a survivor gets picked up, you know, just a bunch of other stuff, just stuff that y'all can look up. But as for the apologies, the only reason why I'm saying is that I owe people an apology is because I truly do. I truly do owe a lot of people an apology, and it's mainly for stuff that like correlated to like the stuff that Netties has done and that the community has all like culminated together that like would be better for it, but I realize it's not better, and here's some reasons why. So a while back I was well, actually this wasn't even a while, this was actually 2 weeks ago. No, it was a week ago, my bad y'all. But a good friend of mine whom I look up to, and he has his own version of like trying to help the community, which is like not being toxic, just none of that other stuff. And it made me realize that like what he's doing is super helpful, but what I'm doing is something that's a learning progress. For example, we were looking at costumes for some of these characters, and he was explaining to me that some of the skin costumes aren't really the problem, but it's most likely the way it's portrayed. So it's basically like media set this specific thing up for failure when it's not even disrespectful. Like the Kevin outfit, that outfit specifically isn't offensive. It's the animation behind it. And it's the same with Patricia's A tier, the guide A tier. That costume isn't offensive. And this is coming from him, who explained that it's not offensive because of like of the way it's portrayed, because it's portrayed really respectfully, but it's the story and the media that's shown behind it that's disrespectful. And it made me realize that like Netties and many companies have a way of doing that. They'll like show a costume and it'll be mighty disrespectful, but let me rephrase. The costume isn't disrespectful, it's the animation that's disrespectful. The way they portray it is like rude and just like unethical and just not okay. Meanwhile, the costume is actually featured in a way where like they did everything right, but it's just the way that it's presumed that's like really offensive and rude. Doesn't mean go on to his channel and all that stuff and be like, oh, is this true? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, don't go on his channel. If you have any questions, just ask me and we can do research on that together. The guy costume is based off of Aztec and Mexican mythology. So he's indigenous to that, and he studied it for a while. And he noticed that like Patricia's costume isn't the problem. It's the way that it was portrayed. It was the same with Luca's. His costume most likely wasn't the problem. It was just the way it was portrayed. And I was just like, I realized that at some point. I was just like, yo, he's right. It's the same with Haitian culture. They decided to dress Patricia correlated to her own culture, which was Haitian. And Hati, I'm sorry, Hati, not Haitian. Sorry. They decided to correlate her with their culture in that logic pad skin, and it was really respectful. There wasn't an animation behind it, so they couldn't disrespect it. But the way they had her displayed, it was very beautiful. It was gorgeous. They got rid of that monkey skull. It was just like her being represented with her own like ethnical background. And that's what I'm saying when I say that like NetEase has a problem with displaying cultures properly. Like, they could do so well with the skin, with the essence, skin wise, but when it comes to the animation, that's where the problem relies. It was the same with that panda skin. And that's where I begin to explain the apology. I want to apologize to many people, including people of TikTok and YouTube, about the skin, which is the panda girl skin for a little girl. That skin wasn't the problem. It was NetEase. NetEase decided to display a whole commercial and decided to use a Don't Shoot art piece that was made by Micah Bazant, Micahbazant. I memorized that whole name so many times. They took that art and used it as like a comedy for some comedy purpose, which overall is not only rude and distasteful and offensive, but like they put a panda's face over a black kid telling the police not to shoot. And you guys can see how distasteful that is. And they made an apology, but the apology wasn't enough. That, like, there were so many injustices that happened, and they decided to poke fun at that. That wasn't okay. And they tried to brush it under the rug with that half-paragraph apology, and I wanted everybody to email them. But I was also saying selfish stuff like, oh, well, if that's the case, they should just give everybody the skins for free and just like, and that's not what I meant. I was angry at the time. I meant that like they should get in trouble, they should get sued, they should like go through so much backlash. And I was saying make all the stuff free on purpose to like get them sued. I didn't mean it to like give it to people, but like the way I described it, it was in poor taste as well. I was basically angry, and I was saying stuff in an emotional type of way, not an irrational way that could have like easily made sense. And people were saying how that's not okay, and that I basically sound like those fans who are like trying to use what they did distastefully in a way to like basically to get clout from the harmful thing they said about my community. And that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted for anybody. I was just angry, and I started saying that like if anybody used that skin, I'm gonna side-eye you, I'm gonna unfriend you, unmute you. That's not fair to them. They didn't see what happened. Most of the people who saw what happened didn't know that happened. Like, that's not fair to them or anybody else. It's on NetEase. It's on NetEase to do better. It's on NetEase to consider their community. They know their community is diverse, and they decided to make that type of joke in poor taste, and that wasn't okay. And while I'm talking about this, I want you all to know that this will be the final time I talk about this, because this was meant to be an apology, and I will keep it that way. But I also want everybody to know that I'm only apologizing for the fact that I was like telling people not to wear a specific skin, when in actuality it should be, guys, hold NetEase accountable. always hold the company accountable. It's not the skin's fault. It's not anybody who plays it fault. It's no one's fault. Matter of fact, people who use that cowboy skin, they should be allowed to use it. What shouldn't be encouraged is that dance. That dance that Netty's put there, that was rude and offensive and in poor taste. Once again, that's what many people have been saying. They said that the dance is offensive, not the skin. Which understandably makes sense, and at first I didn't know that. But when I did research and asked around, they explained that it was not the skin, but the dance. And I know what you guys are thinking. Wow, that's a lot to take in. And I also want to thank everybody for helping me reach 1K subscribers. That's dollars. 1,000 subscribers. I mentioned money. I wish I did have 1K again. I could just get some extra cash. But jokes aside, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank some of my friends. I want to thank Blueberry, Callan, Dalmas. So many nice people. And I also want to promote people in my next video. I haven't been able to do that because I didn't like any of the videos I saw. I was actually just gonna like restart the process and just grab some new stuff. Probably use Copycat to promote people. And yeah. And more people keep coming up. More IDV content creators keep coming up. And it makes me so happy to see that. It's nice seeing this community grow. I want this community to continue growing. And I want to make this community safe for everybody. I want to help it become diverse. I want to help Netties grow. As much as like they make me angry because of the poor choices they make, I also don't want to see this like company fail. I want to see them grow. And that's where I gotta end this video with that. I will talk about this more, but I just know that I don't want this company to fail. I want to watch it grow and make progress and become more and more diverse, because they're starting to get better with it, and I feel like with our help they can continue that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for helping me reach this goal, and I will see y'all later. This will be the last time y'all see this outro and intro, by the way.